Remember this, Britain before the war, a Britain blind to the shadow which threatened from the continent.
That's all the other pensions come from, the country.
We needn't say much of the first years of war. Our lads fought against tremendous odds. The enemy gloated, and even some of our friends began to have their doubts. We hadn't. We knew that our boys, given the right chance and the right weapons, we knew they wouldn't let us down. And so we waited. Things were pretty bad in the Western Desert when the chance did come, but hear the story from General Montgomery himself.
I took over command of the 8th Army in August 1942, at a time when that army had been forced back by Rommel to within 60 miles of Alexandria. In the event of further attacks by the Germans, the plan was that the 8th Army should withdraw on Cairo, fighting a delaying action. The troops were bewildered by the disasters that had overtaken their army. They were magnificent men. All they wanted was the order to stand and fight and to cease withdrawing. You remember that I gave them that order, and the response was immediate. And from that moment, the 8th Army never looked back and never lost a battle. The 8th Army swept everything before it during months of victorious fighting. It inflicted a severe defeat on Rommel at Alamein and swept on to capture Tripoli. When we reached Mareth in March, we were very weak and very stretched, and it was clear that Rommel was pulling out from in front of the Americans to attack us. We rushed up the New Zealand division. Rommel attacked, and you well remember the result. during all this period of heavy fighting, I had only 2 anxious moments. But there was really no need to worry, as the British soldier always responds to every call made on him and never lets down his side. Only first-class troops could have achieved such success. The lesson is that one of the great essentials for success in war is the human factor. Neglect to study this factor can lead only to failure. The fighting men of the British Empire respond to leadership at once. If, in addition, they are given the proper weapons and are well trained in their use, they will never know defeat. Finally, we joined hands with the Allied armies in Tunisia and took part in the final destruction of the German armies in Africa. And so I commend to you all the study of the human factor. A high morale is a great battle-winning factor. It comes from good leadership, and it leads to stout hearts, which are very essential in war. Shakespeare realized this, and you will remember the words of King Henry, "O God of battles, steel my soldiers' hearts." We want no failures, a high morale, and hearts of steel. If we ensure these, then we win the war, without a doubt.
And now the biggest of all offensives is beginning. We know the men who lead our armies, and we know the men who fight. These are our men, not the regimented automatons of Nazi Germany or the fanatics of Japan, but our men, fighting for our freedom, yours, mine, everybody's. We don't ask you to do anything for men you don't know. The British soldier is your sweetheart, your husband, your son. He's the man next door. He risks and perhaps sacrifices his life, his future happiness, for us. And yet, we're not asked to give anything. We're asked to save for ourselves, to save for the future for which he's fighting. This is our opportunity to show him how much we care, how much his sacrifice means to us. Let him see what we're doing. We shan't let him down, shall we?